back in Train Sim World, and pressing the wrong button won't help me at all. So back into services, we're going to look at U876, which is the Shore Mine run today. So, what should we do it in? We want to actually see some scenery this time, don't we? We've done winter, so let's just do it summer cloudy, so at least we can see some scenery. Right, what we will do is turn the wind up a bit. I think it's necessary that the wind is doing something. And why don't we make it to where it's actually like it's been... No, not precipitation, wetness. Let's turn up the wetness so it looks like it's kind of been raining. And during the course of the scenario, it'll probably dry up a bit. So it's been raining, so everything's sort of feeling a bit wet. And we'll drive on a sort of a just after it's finished raining kind of day. Right. So we'll go with that. U876-A is where we're going to run, which is Cumberland all the way to Shore Mine. Rob Powell, thanks for the silence. Looking forward to farming. We'll try not to fall asleep in a tractor sign. Thanks, Rob. Right. U876-A, and I think we can just get on with it. Yep, this is the first leg. It's the longest of the 4 legs. So it's sort of like a cow that's sort of standing up a bit, sort of weird because it's got one leg, one really short leg, one not quite so short leg. It's just not a well-designed cow, I tell you. All right. Okay. Let's check the line. That one. That one. Crossing over there, going to that point. Believe we carry on up to that one where we go that way. Yep. If memory serves. Lights on. No, we need that one. That one and that one. On. Quick test, make sure all of our indicators are working correctly. Brakes are set up correctly. Release the terrain brake. That's in run, that's single, or intermediate unit. No, we are lead unit, aren't we? Yep, we're a lead unit. We are controlling with unit coupled at long end. Let's just pop back in the other loco. And this one is controlled. Turn your number lights off, don't need those. Excellent. The gauge lights on. Put your rear lights on then. Actually, you don't need your rear lights on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Right. Stop messing about and get driving. Oh, more than messing about. Let's put it on low heat, see how we get on. Oh, hello. Oh, I know what's wrong. That's what I need to be in. Now we might actually have a chance of going. How did I get interior sounds? I don't know, I just went into interior. Are you having a problem? Brakes are off along the train. This is switching for Q876-A, I guess. Yeah, it must be. You don't get interior sounds then, Crazy Dan. That's really bizarre. Train boy, so you can see the head of train device is working, but the end of train devices are in the game. They're actually a really beautiful model, but for some reason they're not always showing up. So I still need to chase up and find out what's going on with those. So they're supposed to be there, is the answer. Title. Alright. Blue line carries on up this way now to there, which is good. You'll probably find EOTs are okay in scenarios, Train Boy. For some reason in service mode they are misbehaving. Yeah, I know. The culling problem with the SD40 is known. In fact, I had someone fixing it this afternoon. Oh, I'm crazy Dan. So you do get sounds in the interior, but they are exterior sounds, not interior sounds. Is that what you mean? One thing we have found is that if you flip to the back and the front using the exterior cameras, that can cause the interior occlusion to stop working. Part of the problem is Unreal's audio system isn't very good. Actually not even as good as TS1's, believe it or not. And so it doesn't even do occlusions very well. So, or their new audio engine does, and that comes in Unreal 4.16, which you haven't got yet. But in the meantime, it's kind of a really interesting hack. Yeah, I know, Simon. It's not quite. It's not that the sound doesn't travel fast enough. It's that the border for the occlusion trigger is not quite in the right place. At night in the snow, when you put the headlights on, there's a terrible blinding effect in the cab, with nothing shining the light back in you. Can you send me a couple of screenshots, Volkswagen? Because that wasn't... I was aware that you can get this problem if another loco is shining its lights at you. Nimmy boy, can you not ask Cameron if he's free? Ask Cameron. He knows probably his schedule better than I do. I don't know my own schedule. Right. Blue line now goes, takes me to there, and I've got a green light out. Oh, that's interesting, Volkswagen. I didn't realise that. I'm not doing the whole Q876 series tonight, Simon. That will take too long. But I am going to do it over the course of 2 or 3 days. Nice, Ben Harrison. 13165554. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Volkswagen, if you just upload it to Flickr or Imgur or something like that, and then send me a link to the image or images. Can you get in the engine room in Ian K? Yeah, you can. Down here. Is it that one? Yeah, that one. I don't know, what is the 11th, Nimmy boy? You drove 9F92214 on Seven Valley Railway. Oh, I might be slightly jealous. I love 9Fs. 9Fs and A4s. They are the engines. Oh, oh. Really unprofessional, but Pajing! It never happened. You never saw a thing. See, we're still going. We never stopped. It's fine. Everyone stop panicking. Well, some fool put collectibles on the route. That's not how I want to collect them. Legcatcher thinks that's probably allowed in the CSX rulebook. Phew. I've got no idea, Nimmy boy. Right, got the light out. Wouldn't it be funny if they added something into the rulebook and everyone else in the real world is like, what is this must not get out for collectibles thing in the rulebook? Oh look! There's one sat there waiting for me. Does the alerter go off? Yeah, if you turn the alerter on it does. It defaults to off because in the beta it drove everyone up the wall. The alerter should go off now. Can you collect collectibles in spectator camera mode? No, you can't. Hey, Red. One of these days to go for a walk along the whole route. I fully plan on doing that. Don't have no fear. I fully plan on doing that. Neil in class 313, thank you for the cheers, gents. Much appreciated. Cable lag, game looks great. Yeah, I'm certainly impressed with it. It runs nicely. It certainly runs nicely on this machine. I break for shinies. I break for shinies, apparently. Hagley Hill, you need to get a mod to do a permit for you. I know I'm supposed to dim my lights. I even have the ability to dim my lights now. Rob Powell, that's some fine horn action. Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you very much. You hope you have high vis and permission from the owner. Well, I think I'll be done for stealing a train otherwise. He's lost his end of train device as well. All the end of train devices have gone away in service mode. It's very annoying. Yeah, the longer string of cars you've got, Lead Catcher, means that it's more cars that it has to do simulgraph on, because every individual car gets simulgraph processing on it. Should make it like real life where you have to walk down the train and place the end of train device. And for everyone like you that says they should do that, there'll be at least one more that says absolutely we shouldn't. Oh, that was the alerter. Alerter sounds in the outside! Oh, I can't tell you how happy I am about that. For those of you who don't know, by the way, you go into the settings. This is the default. There is a thing called external alert. And this is the volume at which alerter sounds are played when you're in external view. So some sounds are classified as alert sounds, like the alerter in this case, and they will be played according to this form. If you do not want to have alert sounds while you are in exterior view, that turns them off. Cable lag, thank you for the follow. So, yeah. By any chance, did I insist upon that slider? Insist does not really do it justice. Grumpiness may have been involved. A little bit of shirtiness. Stuck to yard work till you get back to your desktop and off your laptop. Fair enough. Will that include PZB and CIFA in the future? PZB doesn't really make any sounds, but CIFA, yes, definitely. It wasn't even a coders, that was me standing over the audio engineer's back until that was done. 60 Train Hunter, I can't remember. It's also based on whether you use the controls, because the timer gets reset if you remove the controls. That's the 35 limit. Hey Scotsman, if you don't want to have alert sounds on the outside, you are more than welcome to turn them off. But unless you want me stuck to the cab the entire time, fishing sounds. Waking all the fish up. Be good if we could have moving animals. I'm sure at some point we'll get there. It's certainly something we've always wanted to be able to do in it. Just had other things to prioritise. Are the fish simulated, Fab Diva? You mean in Train Sim? No. A rod would be a cool thing to pick up, wouldn't it, actually? I quite like that idea. Hagley, can you whisper me that video? Because I can't. I won't be able to watch it until the. Oops. I won't be able to watch it until the next stream. Yep, streaming at 60 frames per second, flying. You can whisper it if you want, Volkswagen, yeah. Oh, Bernard, do send me a whisper message. I owe you another fishing key. Were the trains laser scanned or hand modelled? They were hand modelled. I forgot about that, Daniel. I'll have to request another key tomorrow. Thank you for the cheer, Class 313. Ellerslie. You're guessing it's hard to arrange a laser scan on something so big. Well, given that we couldn't even get permission to go and climb all over one and have a look at it, getting a laser scan permission would have been even harder. Bridge Project. I think I've got Bridge Project Train Tractor. Let me have a look. I don't think I played it on stream yet. Let me have a look. Bridge Project. Yes, I've got Bridge Project. A bit like Poly Bridge, if I remember rightly. Still got green light, that's good. Photographer fell over. Sleeper cracked his head off another sleeper and cracked his head open. Wow. Is he alright? I mean, clearly he's not in stellar condition, but... That pedal is turning into dovetail support, yeah. Just noticed that at time the HUD displays different speeds than actual. Next speed was listed as 35, was doing 30. No signals. Then noticed the speed dropped to 25. Well, it wouldn't be down to, so it'd be one of these that would drop the speed. But I guess if it was saying the next speed was 30, I'm confused. I'm very confused. The thing to remember is that ascending speeds, it will wait until the rear of the train it was in the speed limit, not the beginning of the train, so the speed limit will change later than you would expect it to. Much later if you've got a long train. Hey there, Hectic T. It's a nice 50-mile-per-hour sprint up to Heinemann. Oh, there's another train. Good one for AI, this one. Oh, there'll be more routes in the future, Class 2 and 3. We've got to start somewhere, to be honest. There's always going to be one route at some point. Right. To be honest, you're right, Dave. It is when I turn up that it gets weird. Well, Leadcatcher, if you find that again, can you try and grab a screenshot of it so that I can see? I mean, maybe there's a rogue speed post somewhere that says one thing and means a different. I'm not aware of any, but if you find it again, then yeah, do let me know where it is and what it did, or at least what you were doing. Were you doing a service or a scenario? And then I can try and recreate that. Plus, it's breaking down and biting it. GG, sir. Classic Biker, thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Really appreciate your support. Is there a way to have same driver on different systems? Yeah, just back up your profile. Let me just pause this a moment. If I come over, whoops, bring up Explorer, go to Documents. Where's my games? Right, if you go into there, you go TS2 Prototype. So Documents, My Games, TS2 Prototype, Saved, Save Games, and that's my profile. That's all you need to back up, although I would back up all of it. And then just keep copying that folder backwards and forwards between your two machines, or even stick them on OneDrive. You could back up the whole lot if you want to. Your screenshots go in here. All your screenshots that you've taken go in here. So yeah, you just copy those files across, and you're good to go. Yep, you could put the folder into OneDrive. So you can't move where the folder is, but I guess if you could probably do some sort of symlinky nonsense. Why is it called TS2 Prototype? It's because that's how 4.5 years ago it was originally created. So you can't rename a project in Unreal. Not once it's this far along. Otherwise you'd spend a month repairing the damage. If you could even do that, to be honest. At some point, we might break down and fix it, but we've got more important things to look at now. Coal scenario. Do you mean Powering America, Leadcatcher? Is that pacing in a speedboat view? Hey, Year Zero. Yeah, I'm enjoying TSW. Like I said, I'm biased. I'm really enjoying TSW. I know, horn fails. It's farming tonight, Dave, yes, after Trains and Train Sim. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Year Zero. At some point, everything will be added to it, the same as TS1 saw everything added to, or lots added to it later on. It takes time. So, and I certainly can't tell you when it would be because I don't know at the moment. Stream lag due to download of Train Sim World. GG, sir. Now we're at Hyman. We've got the cabooses. 25 mile per hour coming up. Put a minimal reduction on. There's the cabooses. that a Vader? I think that's a Vader, isn't it? There's 3 different types of signal on this route. It's insane. A flock of Gebieten. See, that's a much better name for it, Volkswagen. Oh, well, it's almost fully charged at the back. The brakes will be off now. Any crash physics? No. No, if there was crash physics, we wouldn't get any licenses. Sound effects for coupling it. I'm aware of that one, Volkswagen. No idea how that got missed out, but I mentioned it to the audio guy today, actually. Oh, I definitely want to have defects coming in later versions and later content, 60 Train Hunter. I did the show Command Dave unless someone's updated it. What would crash physics have to do with licenses? Because no operators want to see their trains crashing. And if there was crash physics, then people would really, really like to take pictures and videos of them crashing. I mean, crashing is specifically why I think it was Metra. That was why the reason they gave. They said there's people who show, you know, they don't want to see the trains being crashed. Same reason the trains are never dirty, pretty much. Pretty much. And they basically all are You know, one time we tried to make them dirty and we got back, you know, does it have to be, why is it dirty like that? And another time, why is the smoke that dirty? It's the same as the video it was taken from. Oh no, clean it up, that doesn't look very good. Presumably, even though dirty train means it's working. Well, you and I know that, and anyone in the industry knows a dirty train's a working train. But again, it's the image, the media image, and that's what you see all the screenshots of, and it's tough. It's tough. Cable lag. Yep, this is coming to Xbox One. Oh, and I don't know if you guys know, PS4 Fishing is available for pre-order today. Yeah, the media don't get on so well with gaming. Even if whether they like it or not, they just don't necessarily get it. I wouldn't agree that they don't like it generally, but certainly in a number of cases I've read stuff, they just don't get it. These things, the Bethgons, let me fly down here a bit. This is how they look though, in the real ones. So they've beaten and battered along the top, but they're fundamentally quite clean. If you look for images of them, they're generally really quite clean. Still got green light, that's good. Yeah, Ron at Gaming, Eurofishing. Yeah, dynamic weathering is something I'd like to do, Francois. And it would use the same technique, the technology as the snowing stuff does, because that's all dynamic. Yep, Eurofishing launches. Well, I can't remember what the launch date is for it, but yeah, it's pre-ordering now, so it's coming soon. Oh, I'm completely with you. When I buy model railway stuff, Hectic T, I buy weathered stuff all the way. Always buy weathered stuff. Pulled from my Stetson. What does this button do? Has resubscribed for 5 months. Thank you very, very much, Pulled from my Stetson. Really appreciate your support. Cable leg, yeah, all the fuses do have functions. I'll open it in a minute. So in here you've got the fuse test switch, you've got fuses, which you can pull out and do stuff with. You've got radio. This is a radio and header train device, so if I click that off, header train device is now dead, as is the radio. Flick that back on. There you go, that's working again. Got lights, so you turn that off and all of your lights will go out. So if I turn the cab light on, and I operate the lights, that's not what I want you to do. There's the lights, that one. There you go. All the lights go out when you do that one. What we got? Headlights. Can't remember what the auto drain timer does. Fuse, cab heater, utilities. Warning devices is your alerter. So I think you can flip them all. I can't remember what they actually all do in the context of the game. Gazman93, thank you for the follow. Does the cab heater do anything? What would you like it to do, Ed? What would you like it to do? That's just what I'd like to know. Just what you'd like it to do. Because honestly, I've got no idea what you'd expect it to do. I did jokingly suggest at one point that we should make it so that when you put the cab heater in high, it should set up something going which makes your whole computer overheat. So that it turns your if your computer's down by your feet, it turns it into a heater. And that didn't go down very well. Everyone thought I was joking. Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean, Hectic T, but missed up the windows. Ah, yeah, possibly. It doesn't at the moment, but. At the moment, all it does is play a sound that you can't hear when the train's running. Thoroughrange40, thank you. Welcome to the channel. Good evening, sir. Govia Mance. Cook bacon. See, now that's a worthy reason. There's a worthy reason, EC. No, the windows don't get misted up, Darthmon. Rob Powell, really enjoying TSW. Wonder how just beautiful Steam will be as well as challenging. Oh, you know, I cannot wait. Cannot wait for Steam. Slightly more desperate to see it, mostly because one of our artists did do a test import of a Great Western loco. It wasn't working or anything, it was just art. Oh my word, it was beautiful. I think he just wanted to play with brass effects. Because most of what he did was he spent most of his time on the chimney and the I don't know, the one in the middle. The regulator top. I've already designed everything that's needed for steam, which is not the whole stretch of what we need to do by any means, but it's a start. Safety valve bonnet. No, the safety valves are behind it. It's the one over the regulator. No, it was a castle that we were doing, because it was done at about the same time as the castle was done for Riviera Line. So it was a case of putting that model in just to see what it would look like. TSW has worn out your GPU fan on your laptop. Oh my word. Have the regulator in the smoke box. Oh, okay. So what is it then? Is it the safety valve top? I don't know what I'm talking about. Just remember not to let Ed anywhere near the tools for locos. Will never get started. Yeah, really. Steam Dome. That makes more sense, Trabant Deluxe. Steam Dome. But yeah, just to be clear, that was not a loco that is going any more than it was just 3 or 4 bits of it that made it into there and then have been follow-on deleted. Daniel, can we make it so the conductor says, "Oi mate, stop cooking me and turn that heater down," after putting the heater on high for 25 minutes? What are you trying to do? Hang on, heater on and windows open, make your mind up. Testing your scenario, it's going great. Can't wait to send it. Nice, Ronak. Thanks for the cheers, folks. Ed says he's not going to help set up a PRR T1 and that is final. Excellent, that means we'll be able to drive it. It shouldn't be too far from Foley Overlook now. It's that one or that one. Daniel, you personally like the cab at about 75 when you're driving a conductor, and I'm normally paired with prefer 68. Yep, this is Foley Overlook. Really famous place for taking videos and photographs. Right. Good night, Mark. Yeah, I saw the latest Humble bundle. There wasn't really much in there that appealed. It's an interesting collection, though. I certainly hope they do more. Oh, hello! Unprofessionalism. Boom! 6 of 25 posters. What post? There was no poster there. I thought I saw an animal injured by the roadside. Quick, get in going before anyone notices. Naughty, naughty, Mr. P. What did I do, Ed? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Yeah, if I hadn't already got face rig, then that would have been really interesting. I'm not interested in XSplit. That bean box thing looks interesting, but doesn't really, I'm not really that interested. So I've got the drawing one, so we'll have to try that at some point. But yeah, everybody, everything else looks a little bit meh, to be honest. Thought I was going to the toilet. Don't go there. What? 50? If this was real life, you'd probably been fired 500 times since started streaming. Yep. And have a thing on your resume that says can't drive anything. No, quite right. Quite right. I mean, if any real railroad drivers spend their life chatting to Twitch while they drive, then they probably should be fired. In fact, they probably should be worse than fired. They should probably be arrested. Hey, Bottom. So can't drive a mobility scooter? No, definitely not. Just never, ever going to let me live it down, are you, Ed? Never once are you going to let me live it down. Oh, I'm not allowed in charge of shopping trolleys. Don't be daft. Because normally what happens is I end up sliding all over the shop with it. My wife going, will you please act your age? Whee! Come back. Oh my God. Drifting your trolley around corners is fun though. See? Someone who understands it. If you were in charge of the shopping trolleys, Asda wouldn't have a cake section. It would be in the trolley. Pretty much. I mean, that's basically what happens whenever we go shopping. And if I have got the trolley, my wife has been, you know, silly enough to let me have the trolley, then what happens is we get near the cake section and she stands to the right of me and effectively guards so I can't turn right. Usually that works. Not always. Blue Iguana, is train symbol compatible with rail driver? No, not yet. It's on my list of things I'd like to do, but... Is there a visual alert indicator? Yeah, it's this one up here. It's also on the HUD down here. Simulation speed means that effectively you can make time of day pass quicker. Everything else runs at the same speed, but it means that, say for example, you want to sort of have that experience of fishing from early morning during the day to the sun setting, but you want to do it in an hour or two, you can do that. You never notice it living up. I know, it's kind of hidden away. I think it's even got a repeater on the side. Oh no, this one doesn't have the repeater on the side. It's the one on the Jeep that's got the repeater on the side. What are the front rear spotter buttons used for? So the front and rear spotter buttons are used for moving the loco under electric power only. So if the loco is not started, release the brakes, release the handbrake, and then you just press that button and it will power the battery straight onto the DC, the traction motors, which means the train will move, not very quickly and not for a huge amount of time, otherwise you might flat the battery, yeah, it'll move. So it's used for moving locos in and out of enclosed spaces primarily. Spotting, it's called, and spotter buttons, it's for spotting locos in different places in the depot. How am I moving the camera? I'm using my mouse. I wish you could have one day to run wild with a shopping cart. See, I would cause it an injury to myself if I had that. Oh, that thing is the alert. He thought it was a cab signal display. No, there's no cab signalling in this one. In the other ones, it's a bar in the middle here. Did you eventually find out how to do it on the AC loco? No, it doesn't. It's not implemented. It is the jog thing, but it's not implemented. The way it works in the real one is you put it in jog, release the brakes, use the reverser into forward, and then just move the throttle lever, and then that controls 0 to 100% of how much power goes to the traction motors, but it's not actually simulated. Oh, like this. I'm using the keyboard as Alan, so I stood up out of the chair with the E key, and now I'm using WSAD to move around, and that's me pressing E to sit back down again. Oh no! Press E instead of Q. Still heading to Mance. Throne, when TSW comes to the door, console have DLC. That's future stuff. I can't talk about future stuff, I'm afraid. Standing up while the train is moving, fired 501 times. Guess what, Daniel? Is jog mode going to be implemented? At this point, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. It's not got a massive priority. Because, really, there's nowhere you can use it. In theory, because the depot you would move it in and out of is not there. You can't move it in and out of. Mephrite, my spec should be down on the list below. It's a Skylake 6700K, 4.6 gigahertz. I think it's overclocked, 980 Ti, and a PCIe M2 SSD. Scotsman, no, got a little ways to go yet. Is the big white handle for pulling yourself a pint, Marlon? Yep. Why not implement the depot? Yeah, because there's loads of time, Ed. Loads of time. Your new favourite thing to do is sabotaging AI services, setting off their emergency brakes, and uncoupling their cars. Right, we've got our first yellow indicator, so we're going to get crossed over onto the left-hand track shortly. You know, one thing you like about TSW is that you can't see any work order tasks before they happen. It means you surprise someone playing the scenario by giving an objective they never saw coming. Yeah, and that's kind of by design, P-Slick. We wanted the ability to be able to dynamically change them. I mean, it helps, like in Clear Cut. You get into a different loco, and then effectively it's got other things to do. And in fact, in Clear Cut, you can actually do a bit of each of the locos at the same time. It manages multiple lists of things and will track your progress through each of those things. So in Clear Cut, you could get into the first loco and do 2 or 3 step objectives with it, and then get out and go to the second loco and do 2 or 3 objectives with it, and so on. And it tracks all of that stuff, which is really, really clever, actually. It can also add and remove objectives completely dynamically. Woody, you've nearly finished all the TS World tutorials. Good, good. Okay, there, Hughes Railroad. Woody, when you in the scenario selection, when you select the scenario, it shows you the start and the end, and it sort of highlights the general sort of area of the route you'll be travelling on it. Oh dear. Still bound for Mance. Oh, we're on the straight that leads us up to Mance Curve. Somewhere around here, I think, is the crossover, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there's the crossover. This is where we're switching tracks. Is the Norfolk Southern C36-7 a good loco? Is that on Steam? Wasn't aware there was a Norfolk Southern C36-7 on Steam. This route is a great test for Speed Tree. Oh, the Big Sevens, right? Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yes, I do like the Big Sevens pack actually. I think that was a digital train model one, if I remember rightly. Oh dear. Nice, MR. Yeah, Speed Tree's been around for a long time. Hughes, you like the graphics of TSW? Yeah, the art team have just absolutely excelled themselves. They really, really have. They've done an amazing job. No, speed tree is not a DTG thing. Cameron's gaming. In speed tree, you will pretty much grow the trees. It's a really clever technique for creating trees where you split branches out and do all sorts of things. It's very cool. It's also very expensive. I'm not sure who owns the tracks themselves, Livid now. I think CSX own them. Yeah, I'm sure CSX own them. Oh, we're at the left curve. Then we got a right curve. Then we got Mance curve. Sharp left, sharp right. For what though, Stephen Jam? By the time you take into account, yeah, actually it works out a lot cheaper. Sorry, a lot more expensive when you count into. Yeah, we've certainly found it more expensive. Are all the trees on the street unique? No, but there are quite a variety of them. So you don't sort of see repetition anywhere near as easily. If you look, you can see it, I'm sure, but... Right, round the left for Mance curve. Yeah, the trees are really nice. Speed Tree does a beautiful job. But it's not just Speed Tree. The artist spent a lot of time on the foliage and so forth. Daft Monk, I can't talk about DLC, and in terms of price, I don't even know what the plans are from the retail team on pricing and so forth. The circle in the blue bubble. Yes, that's the end point. No, that's the end. That's the end of the next objective. The end point of this service is we drive all the way up to here, just a little bit round the corner, and then reverse all the way down the branch line. That's where we finish. Are trees the most taxing feature on hardware? No, not actually. It's a variety of things, and it's different on different people's systems, actually. What happened to the horn? What do you mean, who's railroad? Horn seems fine. Oh, as in I didn't blow the horn. Right, yeah, okay. Fair dues. Fair dues. Alright, at some point up here I think we're going to get held up. Yep, that's where we get held up. Virulin was 100 the other day, still going strong. Excellent. 800 yards to the signal. The last one was a red-yellow, so I'm assuming this is a... sorry, yellow-red, so I'm assuming this is red. Well, I guessed at 90 minutes, Scotsman. I guessed at 90 minutes. I have kept stopping a couple of times to go and apparently collect collectibles instead, so... That's it. We should hopefully get a signal now, which will cross us over the other side. Yep, we got the green. Leadcatcher, one of the mods needs to do a permit. We're on a 1.7 upgrade at the moment. Yeah, I am running quite badly late actually. About 10 minutes late. Well, more than that actually, because I'm supposed to be already. I'm at 15:50 is when the train's supposed to go past Salisbury Junction. So I'm about 10 minutes behind schedule. Huge railroad, you decided to do every scenario in tier 17 on the routes you have. Nice. Nice. Yeah, naughty me for stopping to get collectibles. Sandpatch tunnel coming up. We're only slowed down because the train's crossing over. We should be able to get sped up again shortly. Yep, just coming off the crossover now. Right, here we go. There was a small update released today, Funky Yaz, which is the update 1 has just been made live today. So that was the one that was on beta over the weekend, or on test rather. And I think there's going to be another one soon. Already got that poster, so we can just carry on through Sandpatch. Yeah, there's a Discord, Darth Mong. Let me go and give it a kick in the sensitive parts. Rob Powell, TSW actually made you start to, dare you say it, enjoy US freight. Good job, Team DTG, and hopefully on now there's FPS issues soon so more people can enjoy the game. Oh yes, hopefully. Thank you very much, Rob. Really appreciate it. Integrations for sync. There we go. Nice, Silverbird Actual. Thanks for stopping in. We still need to arrange a flight sim session, don't we? BRCW104DMU, the SD40 sounds are a long way from reality. It's funny you should say that. They were recorded from an SD40, so I'm not sure what you're expecting. There's no reaction to the light in the tunnels yet, Woody, no. Alright, this is Summit, so it's not too far now to the junction. The push to talk button next to the volume, it doesn't really do anything at the moment, Living now. Alright, we're downhill now. Oh, I'm not doubting it, BRC104. I'm just saying this was recorded from an SD40. Perhaps not all SD40s sound quite the same. How late am I? Quite late. It'll be okay when AP bring a sound pack out for it. Ouch. Alright, we're running on dynamics now as we go down the hill. Next waypoint is there, which is our stop at. If you're playing this, note that it says stop at there. We've had some people calling into support saying the scenario is broken and they've driven all the way up to here and they get a red light because they're not supposed to be driving up to there. What does a senior producer do? Kind of wraps everything together, I feel like. So people who are looking after programming look after programming, people who look after art look after art. It's my job to make sure everything comes together, which might just be a case of just talking to people and saying you know these things need to be done, good, right? So I've got a sort of a holistic view of every aspect of the project. I mean, I've also kind of a lot of this is my design, so I generally end up answering lots of design questions, how it should work, how people think, how do I want it to work, and then we have discussions about that. So that's kind of, I did all the builds up to Steam. I do the release notes, they're fun. Unfortunately, part of the problem that's hindering sounds in this is the audio engine in this version of Unreal is really not good. It's good at sort of arcadey type sounds. It doesn't do these sounds very well. Yeah, that was Keystone Viaduct, P-Slip. So, whereas the new one is the new audio engine, which is I think in the next version of Unreal, it'll be what they put in there, should give us a lot nicer effects that work really, really well. So fingers crossed. I think the audio team have done a really good job with what they've got to play with, to be honest. Is it my job to bring the cakes into the office? If it is, then I have been failing spectacularly. Yeah, UE4 is constantly in development, P-Slick. F3 to show FPS, would it? There's the yellow. Tesco coffee and walnut cake. Thank you very much. That would be nicely, DRB RCW. That would do nicely. No alert fail so far, Peachlet. Touch wood. You brought cookies, Amarilyn. Yep. Your job is to bring cookies. You just don't do it often enough. When you do, though, you make it up by the awesome level. Did I at least get the cake? No, the HR, I think, went and got all the cakes sorted out, including the one with the printout of the front cover on it. How are we doing? Oh, we're almost at the junction. Then we have a short run down the branch line. You brought huevos rancheros. Excellent. Did DTG have a bacon cake? No, they did not have a bacon cake. It's just, you know. A velvet cake with cheese icing, red sponge and a jam centre. Curious. I'm curious. Velvet sponge is nice. Oh no! Did I get any of the cake? I did. I didn't get any of the picture cake though. Legit. Right, shortly up here we'll find the branch line. We might even be able to see some of it across here. This is the other end of the beta line, yeah. Carrot cake and banana bread are outstanding, train track Trav. Somewhere's down there's a branch line. And it's a coming up to meet us. No, Mrs. B and the Skids didn't get any cake. Oh, there's a branch line down there, look. Fruit cake with Wensleydale cheese. Interesting. That's a concoction I've not heard of before. You don't like banana cake and carrot cake, Dave? Oh, you're missing out, dude. How can you put cheese on a cake? Wensleydale cheese, yeah. Mind you, I don't particularly like Wensleydale cheese, so it doesn't matter where you're putting it, really. Triple chocolate cake. See, now you're talking. There's the branch line coming up Salisbury Junction. Let's put the marker on where we need to stop. Don't really have a favourite dessert, Flying Scotsman. Tea flavoured cake. Iron brew cake. What have I just said? Iron brew cake. It needs to happen. Right, we just need to pull up a little bit of a ways down here. 600 yards till our stopping point. Oh yeah, I do like a pie, train track Trev, but I am the only person in the house that likes pie, so I never get to eat pie. Everyone. Sad faces for Matt now, come on. Come on, compassion. I need your compassion. Iron brew cake, isn't that just a steel girder? Yeah. Minion cake. Nice, Steve. Brute with minions. Whoa, look at those turbines going over there. Francois, you thought you didn't like Iron Brute, but you had some yesterday and you quite enjoyed it. Ah, GG. Apple pie, cherry pie, pumpkin pie, Iron Brew pie. Oops. Stretch it out. Come on, get over it. I killed the engine! Whoops. That's the first time I've done that. Too much thrash, yeah, I was a bit. I was going a bit silly. Right. We're now reversing it down the branch line. Effectively, it simulates stalling the train when in reality you'd probably do it more damage than that. Hang on. Oh, I know why. I always forget to do that. Right. It's better. That's alright, Ed. There's two on the back. That's it, we're accelerating now. Remember there's 4 locos on this. Does TS4 do curve resistance? I wouldn't be able to answer that with any kind of authority. I can ask at work tomorrow. Won't the 2 on the back also have stalled? Maybe. But we're fine. It's only a short train, remember, it's only 40 cars. In fact, I think it might even only be 30. Can't remember now. You stalled all 4 of them stalled at the same time? Oh, okay. So they're probably all stalled then. In reality, the 2 on the back aren't normally there. I added them there to make the reversing move easier for those that wanted to drive it in. And because we don't have a caboose. Which is what normally sits. So normally on the branch line, there's a caboose waiting about here. And the train reverses up, back couples up to the caboose, and then someone in the caboose then sort of guides the engineer back in down to the mine. Cable lag, why is every other streamer getting such low FPS? I don't know. I don't know what their systems are or how they run in the game. So if they're there to use, why aren't you using them? Because, meh, I don't know. Doing it the way it would be done, really. This is where the engineer wouldn't move. Down she goes. What processor have you got, Darth Maul? You're passing Nappyville way, Ruben. Nice. Put the dynamics on just to manage this descent. I'll use the loco brake. Dynamics won't be any use at this speed. On the way down at the branch now, this is where we go down the hill. i7 4790. Yeah, I use a 4790 at work. What a tip! What a tip! Have some pride in your home. Jeez. Three miles. That's Moggy's mansion, is it? Ah, that explains a lot, actually. Senior team are a bunch of litterbugs. Something like that, is. Did I ever squish a coin on the railroad track? Nope. Rob, how many people don't realise you have to reverse down the branch? Nope. Most people don't. A number of people that have taken this service and they've driven it all the way up to the signal up here and then raised a support compliant comment that scenario broken. It does say to reverse down the branch at the stopping point, but coin squishing was something you loved to do when you were younger. We really didn't get I can't think of where we'd even get access to the railway because it's all fenced off and private property in the UK. So there isn't anywhere really that you would be able to do it. Not that I can think of anyway. Certainly not where I grew up. Scenery quality. You've got a number of options. Let me just bring up the settings here. So under settings here you've got graphics preset, so that adjusts your scenery quality, and then over here under advanced settings you've got foliage, view distance, texture quality. All these settings will affect your scenery and other things. Hey RS Gaming. Oh, through bridge. Yeah, I use FXAA because I don't like the ghosting effects on TAA. You're coming up to the DTG HQ on next Friday. What cake? Victoria Sponge, right? Any cake, to be honest. Cake is cake. Although we were discussing about iron brew cake, should be a possibility. So if you could just whip up some iron brew cake. If you could first figure out how to make iron brew cake. It doesn't help that the map doesn't have any labels. No, but then you've got quite clear markers telling you where you need to go. So the names at the top are almost irrelevant. Iron brew cupcakes. That's TAA does look better. Totally agree. We're keeping a very close eye on what Epic do with the TAA. There's some fixes or some upgrades and improvements in 4.15 that we're going to look at when we can look at 4.15, and we'll see what they do. They did have an experimental anti-ghosting fix. And while it almost completely eliminated the ghosting, which we are overjoyed about, what it did is it made all the cars, it made them sort of shake and judder around because it kept tweaking their anti-aliasing. It looked awful, which was a shame because we thought we had the solution. Iron brew cupcakes. My life is complete. That sounds perfect, Ryan. Perfect. Oh, we're actually pushing up the hill now. Need a little bit of juice. Then I can... Hang on, I'm making the tea. What? Who signed me up? No, alright then, fair enough. What I have done, if you look, is because I've got a fairly meaty machine, I've actually got the screen percentage up at 150%, which eliminates a lot of the problems with FXAA. So you don't get it. A lot of the flashing that goes on here has been toned right down because of the screen percentage. Although what I do want to do is turn the screen percentage back off and use DSR, because DSR would give me the same benefit, but basically for free. If someone wanted to visit your show on the 4-day weekend, how they get to it? Dave, ping me a message and I'll send you details. Is there a specific reason why you prefer to turn down post-processing quality? So the post-processing setting, by turning it down, it turns off something called eye adaptation, which I'm just not a big fan of. I think it makes everything look a bit bright. The artists don't, and that's fine. But turning down to medium turns off eye adaptation, which I think provides. I prefer the look of that. Does this branch end at the mine? It ends a little bit after the mine. If you look at the real railway, it basically curves around and then that's where it runs out. It's where it actually runs out. I mean, the branch line used to go off down places. What is the effect setting doing? Which one? You mean the post-processing one, Moggy? I don't know exactly what it controls. The only one I know is that at medium the eye adaptation gets turned off, which makes me happy. So this service ends reversed all the way back under the coal mines. There's the coal mine there. Iris Gaming, yeah, presumably, is it Steve that you're arranging to talk to about that? Or is it Steve that's arranging the trip? Nearly at the mine. There's the load up. Nearly there. Wow, this has been quite long, hasn't it? I knew this was the long bit. Ryan, do you want to post up the YouTube video that was done recently? I think we're about interviewing that lady who was related, because you can see the Sims in the background. That might click with people what you're talking about. All right. "43 miles driven, 2 hours. Level 7, still. What video? Oh, all right. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Let's get on with some train sim now, shall we? Can someone change the